39 degrees on our way back to an 1800s farmstead. Wonder if we'll find anything. And the grease would have forced down into this bearing race. Harmonica reed plate. That is a little bit of history right there. I had to put my hair on. The bucket lister. We got a surface find right here. Ancient lilac bushes. It was a piece of a big strap hinge. If I ever need a new shovel, 2 barrel straps, a gold ring. That is unbelievable. That is what you call big iron. Hi folks, welcome to History in the Hand. I'm Steve Okino. We're here in north central Pennsylvania. It is December 23rd, and my digging dog Mac and I are on our way. We're actually walking on what once was a road, and we're heading back to the location. There still is a barn foundation and what is left of a house that was built in the 1800s. It's heavily overgrown, but my plan is to spend a little time in the fields around the barn and the house. We're going to see if we can find some old relics that were dropped back in the old days. Come on along, let's see if we can get some history to hold right in our hand. Right over here was the barn bridge, and then the foundation was right here, and then the homestead cellar hole is right down there on the other side of that big white pine tree. So I'm going to spend some time looking around here. You can tell there's just a ton of very stemmy weeds. I don't think there'll be any swinging here, but I can look around the barn here and then on this side hill. I don't know if I would call it a nice day, but it's so cold that I had to put my hair on for this special occasion. So, all right, I will see you at the first hole. Well, it looks like our first find is a steel bearing race for probably a tractor PTO shaft. There's the grease zerk right there, and the grease would have forced down into this bearing race. This would have been probably for a power takeoff for a tractor. And that doesn't surprise me, being that we're right outside the old barn. Fine, Mackie. What did we find? All right. My guess is bullet shell. I was not correct. Telltale sign of, yes, harmonica reed plate. That is interesting though. Cool little angled bottle. Oh, that's nifty. That is a little bit of history right there. Wow. A common find here in Pennsylvania. Great big huge old bullet shell. That is a biggin. 39 or 33 center fire. Wow, I gotta look that up. Remington UMC. UMC is Union Metallic Cartridge. All right, we have a surface find, and this is definitely what you call a bucket. A bucket lister. And a lot of these were made out of copper, but this one was not. But that would have been probably some kind of ash bucket or something like that. So that is pretty interesting. Here we are down in the foundation. You can see a 90-degree corner over there. Right there is the foundation. So, and then I guess this would have been a porch in here, and then there is probably what was the steps that went in. Yep, I see steps right there. See that? Mac just showed us right where they were. But hey, let's snoop around over here, see if we can find anything. All right, we actually need to stay on our hands and knees because of the overgrowth here, but this is a dead giveaway for old homestead sites. These are ancient lilac bushes that were planted right on the corner of the house so that it looked nice. But even after the place is gone, the lilacs usually stay. Well, here we are standing literally in another dead giveaway that we're at an old homestead, and that is an area that has been laid up where a spring comes out of the ground. A water source was absolutely essential for a home site. So I've learned two things. One, there was a water source here. Two, I have a hole in my boot. So I'm not gonna walk around in water anymore. All right. Ooh, my foot is cold. So here is when they first started jacketing or putting a layer of copper over the lead bullets. They didn't really fasten them very well to the lead, so they weren't really bonded too well, and that's what this is. That was the bottom of the bullet, and then this curved around the bullet. You can begin to see it. There's some knurling where it was crimped on, and then there's what's left of the rifling right there. But it's nice to find something that I know exactly what it is, even if it was a malfunction, although that probably got peeled off on its way through a deer. Well, I got a confusing signal and wound up digging this ginormous piece of iron. But by its shape, I think that was a piece of a big strap hinge, maybe off a small barn door or something. But that's the kind of thing that you don't really want to carry all the way back to the car, although I'm going to do it. I know we're finding a lot of big iron stuff and very common agricultural and structural stuff, but right outside of a barn bridge like this is where the horses would have stood while they were being tacked up, and where they were hooking up wagons and other pieces of farm machinery and stuff. And so there was a lot of activity right here. Guys climbing up and down off of equipment and wagons and stuff. And even though there's a bunch of very common stuff, there could be some coins or valuables dropped here. So that's why we're spending a little extra time right here. So I just consider myself lucky to be able to penetrate the frost this late in the season. So let's keep at it. Iron. Are you ready, Mackie? I'm gonna tell a joke. All of this iron is driving me nuts. Get it? Nuts? It's a little bit of metal detecting humor. Well, if I ever need a new shovel, I will know exactly where to go to find one. Well, we are in an area where I think this was just where they dumped stones, but I'm not really... I'm just finding a bunch of old junk. There is a barrel right there. There's a porcelain covered, it's a basin of some type. And then right here are clearly two barrel straps of different sizes. And there's more of them there, but they go down into the frosted ground. So, those I can't get those out. But clearly we're in an area where I was trying to make a foundation out of this, but I can't. I think it just was a stone pile where they brought stones down off of the tillable acreage up there and just piled them up here. I don't really see any formally laid up stone or anything here. So I don't know what to make of it, but clearly there's a lot of iron and just old junk. There's the old basin of a play wagon. I don't know what to make of it, but it's interesting nonetheless. Just when you think you're not going to find anything, you find a gold ring. That is unbelievable. That is spectacular. Wow. Ah, that is cool. I don't know if that's brass now. What in the world? That might say 18 karat. That is unbelievable. Wow. Stop recording.